So, that was Lil Xan and someone named Supreme Patty. I don't know if Supreme Patty is a boy or a girl. I just seen this. I just seen this come as a guy.
Yeah,
so
I think he's a YouTuber. I don't even know how he really. I think he was actually on the Disney Channel or one of them things, like one of them, and then started like becoming a YouTuber.
Even more gully. Supreme Patty says Lil Xan is a fucking pussy. He threw a drink on me at an event we both got booked at, and when I tried confronting him, his security pulled me away. Grow the fuck up. Let's see here. I didn't just run up on Xan when that all went down last night, Patty wrote. Him or someone in his group threw a drink at me. Okay, whatever.
Are you sure? Are you sure that you don't want to read the whole thing?
Nah, because I just don't care that much.
Super important story. You want to get all the facts right.
This to me seems like two puppies fighting. Like, it's just absolutely adorable. like actually watching that little clip there, I feel like I'm walking through a shelter and I'm looking at, dogs that are trying to find a home. I feel like taking them both home and giving them a home, and giving them love and care. They look like two adorable puppies. Like, what the hell? And when I said Supreme Patty, it really could have been a girl and Lil Xan fighting, because it would have been a fair fight. Actually, the girl might have had the leg up on Lil Xan.
Do me a favor. Can you just check Lil Xan's height and his weight for me? Can you just Google that, and then just do the same for Supreme Patty, and then you could just kind of.
Lil Xan is approximately 5'6" tall.
Let me know what Supreme Patty's dimensions are, please, as well, so we can get a visual here.
5'6".
Okay. So we are talking about absolutely nothing, is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay? We're talking about absolutely nothing. We're not talking about grown men fighting. These are two guys, and they still had a bunch of security around them, which they definitely need if this is how they're moving. But let me tell you this: if any grown man ever saw them, or if they plan to go in the ring with anybody, make sure that they fight somebody their own size. They fought the right battle. They the right opponents.
If they remind me of, or at least Lil Xan, anyways, his frame reminds me of, like, if you ever tried to, like, pick a lock, the little paper clips that you bend and curve to try to pick the lock.
Right.
That's what Lil Xan's frame reminds me. What is this? Yo, this is how is this even? This was not a fight. This was like a cuddling session. You know what I mean?
No, these motherfuckers is Pokemon. Supreme Patty is Snorlax, and then Lil Xan is like what is it, Tweedle? I think it's Tweedle.
So you wouldn't even give either one of them Pikachu. You wouldn't even give them the distinct honor to be a Pikachu?
Motherfucker, that little thing can shoot lightning. Any of these guys look like they can shoot lightning? Come on now.
Yo, man. Viewing public, leave it in the comments.
They can't even spark their own careers. You talking about lightning.
Yeah, we're not going to spend... I like that. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but leave it in the comments about who do you got in this scrap? Who do you got? Me, I would have to say the only person that I got, or people, would be the public. We're the only ones who benefited from this. That's it. Both of them lost. These are two big L's for each of them.
You know who I got? Yo, play the video again. I'm gonna show you who I got in this fight. There she is. An Uber girl. Her Uber girl need to get it on and popping.
You public, man. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For the other people who subscribe to our channel and follow us for the real shit that we talk about, I apologize. Deuce. So Polo G claims he is Tupac. He's the new Pac.
They make great t-shirts, great shirts, great Great shirts.
So he did a post.
Person. Oh, it's a person. Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about important stuff. Sorry.
He did a post on his Instagram, and his Instagram says, "They say I'm Pac rebirth. Never put out a weak verse. Homicides when we lurk. I'm a step till my feet hurt. Hashtag Hall of Fame with a trophy." Now, I actually like Polo G. I do. I think he's super talented. I fucks with his music. But y'all gotta leave it alone, man. Stop it. Now, let me actually say one other thing. I appreciate the fact that he even knows who Tupac is. That means a lot. So thank you for that, Polo G. Thank you for that. I mean, I don't know if somebody told you or what. But,
that's actually a really good point.
I appreciate that. But y'all need to leave it alone, man. And I don't want to go on this long rant. But if you really want to be compared to Tupac, because this is not a bad person to aspire to be like, even music aside. If you really want to be a Tupac, you got to start doing things in your community. Polo G might be doing that, I don't know. But you got to start doing things in your community. You got to start helping people that look like you. Remember, Tupac was a revolutionary, right? Tupac said if he doesn't change the world, he's going to be the spark in the person that changes the world. If you are just making music that sounds like Pac, that's not even half. You ain't even halfway there, my brother. You have a long way to go. We need another Pac right now. I don't mean music. I don't mean music. We need another Pac right now. So I'm cool with somebody trying to be another Pac. But if it's just about music, nah, man, that is not it. You got a long way to go.
It's all good to aspire to be, you know what I'm saying, the top of the game. And I agree with what you're saying as well. But, like, I don't know about this one. I mean, you sent me the track. I'm not really a big fan of Polo G. I'm just going to come out and say that. I haven't listened to a lot of his music. So, if anybody knows any tracks that he has that maybe I should check out to see his talent, please leave it in the comments for me so I can go check it out, because I'm not familiar with his music. But from what I heard, he does seem like a pretty good artist. The track that I heard was a very visual track, which is very rare from these young artists nowadays to make something
Martin and Gina
that's
joint.
Visual. Right. It was a very good joint, man. It was a good track. And a lot of the music these days are humble mumble, this bitch in this car with this much money type of vibe. You know what I mean? So it was good to hear something different. There are those artists out there, but you gotta take your time. you gotta be oh so patient. And one thing that I feel like these rappers need to understand is once you dub yourself something, it is no longer valid.
It's true.
You take all the credibility out of everything once you try to give it to yourself. The fans, the people that listen, the media, they will tell you if they feel like you are that. There are people who have said The Weeknd his voice is like the next Michael Jackson. The Weeknd has never said that, but people feel that way because they brought it up. The reason why people see Tupac and Biggie as the best is not because they came out and said that they were the best. Everybody else just dubbed them that, and they ran with it.
Right.
Right now, if we're talking today's generation, Drake, if you hear him on songs, he brags about how he's the best. He does. But that was a long time after people already started calling him
the best.
Right. It's not like he started his career coming out like, I'm better than Jay-Z. You remember his tracks? He used to show these guys respect. Like, I'm trying to get to the level of Jay-Z with something more than he was saying. So you got to watch that and pay attention, man. Don't dub yourself. You're just losing all credibility when you do that shit.
100%. Like, people have to give you that title. I mean, like, you could... Nothing wrong with being confident. But, I mean, really? This is like... Imagine going to work and be like... knocking on your boss's door. Be like, hey, get off the phone real quick. I'm getting a raise because I'm the best employee. Slam the door, walk out. No, nigga, they gotta give you the raise. More to the point, you gotta earn the raise. So, I mean, his caption did say they calling me. I never heard that before.
Right.
I ain't heard that shit before ever. Again, fan of the music, viewing public, what are your thoughts here? Do you think Polo G, Lord have mercy. I guess we're asking because we are saying the fans got to call him that.
We
So
are
then
not
let's
asking
ask.
anything.
I'm asking.
We are
I'm
not
asking.
asking.
I'm
We are not
asking.
asking.
Fans of Polo G, if you're out there, pretty sure you are, do you think that he is the next Tupac? If so, why? And if you list anything that has to do with music, I'm going to ask you to go and do your Googles. Understand who Tupac was and the legacy he left behind. And then if Polo G has any parallels to that, let's have that conversation. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Yo, Chris, we got to 200 subscribers,
Finally.
man.
Finally.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to stop there. We have a new goal. The new goal is 500 subscribers. So what I need you to do, I need you to like these videos over here. I need you to subscribe. Right here, man. Two guys doing the podcast, man.
All right, so Derek Chauvin, the murdering son of a bitch who killed George Floyd, R.I.P., rest in peace. Today was day one of the trial. And yeah, just as we kind of anticipated, they're taking the route where, hey, man, my knee on his neck didn't really do what you guys are saying. It was the drugs that were in his system. So if we can just take a little... Oh, yeah. So defense attorney Eric Nelson countered by stating that Chauvin arrived at the scene to assist other officers in arresting Floyd. But the crowd around him grew larger and angrier. Nelson added that Floyd had none of the telltale signs of asphyxiation and stated that he had fentanyl and methamphetamine in his system. Nelson stated that Floyd died of heart rhythm disturbance due to his high blood pressure and heart disease combined with drug use, which is a weird defense because to me that sounds like, okay, so at that exact moment when he passed away, if your knee wasn't in his neck, he would have died anyways.
Oh, I think what they're trying to prove is that it wasn't the amount of pressure or the length of time that was on his neck for a healthy regular person wouldn't have been enough pressure. I hope they're not trying to argue the time. I hope they argue the pressure. But if they're trying to do that, but they might be arguing that wouldn't have killed a healthy person.
Okay, but that, I mean, at the end of the day, that's just still not what you do. That's not how you restrain someone. Reading a little bit further into this, apparently there was a nurse nearby that wanted to check his pulse and wanted to check on Floyd's well-being, just because the guy is screaming, "I can't breathe." So
right.
This nurse wants to make sure he's all good, and the cop was reaching for his mace, like basically saying, "Step the F back or I'm gonna mace you." This is a nurse that just wanted to make sure he was okay.
Right.
Right? So, I mean, just kind of hearing this defense, I mean, it's day one. What are your thoughts so far? Or is it enough to even formulate an opinion?
You know what's great about this? I like this because, like, I like to talk the legal jargon. I like to do this, but with this case, it's if this is their defense, I don't know what route they're going to take, but that part right there is very damning. The fact that there was somebody else that was kind of pointing out that there was a problem and it was still ignored, and not only was it ignored, but more force was used to kind of detain or restrain that person from getting any closer. That's going to be a hard thing to argue with. There were no telltale signs of asphyxiation. That part, that's definitely a telltale sign. I don't know how long after his knee had been on his neck that lady approached him and said something, but at that point, the fact that nothing was done or nobody checked or no cop turned around, that's going to be real hard to argue. You know what I mean? This defense, though, like I said in the last video, is the best defense. And let me be very clear. I'm not on Chauvin's side. I'm not trying to defend Chauvin when I say that I hope that they go with a certain defense over another one. I'm just talking from a legal perspective. And if you're talking about somebody who has to defend Derek Chauvin, that's their job. That's what they are hired to do. The morality of a person is not my job to determine. I just have to determine how somebody does their job. So throughout this whole trial, whenever we speak about this, I want to be clear. I'm just going to speak from a smart or dumb perspective as far as their strategies go. I just want to be clear on
Well, yeah, I mean, that might be the smartest way to approach his defense, but in my opinion, it's still dumb. You understand what I'm saying?
that. Yeah,
I don't think this
it's
is a
going to be
good.
difficult.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good defense at all. I think it's the best defense out of really, really shitty options. So at the end of the day, it's still shit. But we've seen worse. So let's see what happens. Viewing public, what say you? It's still day one, right? We promise you guys that we're going to be covering this as it goes. So
What they need, what they need to do is they need to find another instance where he was in a fight or he was in some kind of altercation where he lost his breath and he became very, very dizzy or something like that happened. They have to find some kind of occurrence like that to prove their point that he is at a low health to the point where, you know what I mean? Something like this might have not killed a healthy person, but because of where he was, because of their argument of the things in his system and his high blood pressure, that was the reason that killed him. So
I understand
find something else.
Yeah, I understand the argument. Like I really do. I just don't. It doesn't pass the smell test because even if he was the healthiest person in the world and they didn't have this argument, if I'm telling you I can't breathe, and if a nurse is saying I just want to check his pulse, meaning there's other onlookers that are saying, hey, yo, something's wrong here. I just want to make sure he's not dying.
Yeah. I mean, let's be straight. The hardest part of this whole case is the 9 minutes and 29 seconds or however long the man's knee was on his neck. That's going to be the hardest thing for the defense to argue was not a factor in this. And they have to prove that's what they have to prove.
That's the whole thing.
That the length of time was not a factor. They have to prove
exactly. And that's the whole thing. That's just like every other story that we talk about. When the babysitter kicked the kid in the head and killed him, she repeatedly, why didn't you just kick once? Why did you do it multiple times? When the teen mom went out for 6 days, why not just one day? It's like, it's obvious you knew what you were doing. Like, you can't argue that. But hey,
he could have moved his knee
anything
a couple inches down.
Anything.
A lot of things could have happened in that time, so it's going to be real hard to argue.
This is what I'm saying, but I am not a legal mind, so let's see what happens. Viewing public, what say you, right? This sound like a good defense? And let's just leave it there, because it still has to play out. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Adios.
Because I got at least minimum 200,000 some people blocked. Minimum. That's at least maybe more than that. Don't ever feel bad about blocking somebody. Page. It's yes. Somebody come in your house and be like, yo, I don't like your curtains. I don't really like the furniture. Oh, get the out. Get the out.
For real.
You don't like the curtains? You're like, why are you here? You don't like a bunch of but you still are here.
I mean, it's really about how you feel about your life. I agree with what he's saying, but you have to understand that there's people out there that just follow your page just to hate. You know what I mean? We know that. I know there's a bunch of people following me right now just to keep track because they don't like me and they want to make sure that I'm not doing well. I know this, but it's about how well is your life going? Because I feel like if your life is going really well, why are you blocking people? Why is Cameron blocking people? If your life is going really well, you're making money, you're making all these moves, who cares if these people are out there hating on you or leaving comments or whatever? If it's obscene, you know what I'm saying? If they're going overboard with it, I get that. But like somebody leaving a little judgmental comment and stuff like that, you cannot get into the habit of just ultimately blocking people like that, because eventually you'll get into your own head where, you know, fame starts to get to you where you feel like you're always right, and then people can't tell you shit. As soon as anybody tells you anything negative, then you're gonna take it some type of way. You might block them in real life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't know. I feel like it depends on how your life is going, whether or not you block a bunch of people. That's how I feel.
Personally, when it comes to social media, I really don't care. You know, I got to be honest with you. When it comes to criticism, it's welcomed. Whatever. I don't take it to heart. You know, like, because at the end of the day, you can say the most foul shit to me. You could call me whatever you want. I don't care. You know why I don't care? As much as I love the people that subscribe to our channel and comment and engage, I don't know any of you. You know, I don't do anything for your life. You don't do anything for my life. So, reason why that is so important is because if you have something negative to say to me, why would it hold any weight? I don't know you, you know?
Right.
Like, if my wife had some negative shit to say, or my mom, or like, you know, some of my really close friends, that might impact me because those people know me, and we have a real connection. I don't know you. You could say whatever you want. I don't care. Furthermore, you know, it's engagement. Slander away. The more comments, the more likely that this video is going to be viewed. Say as much as you want. I don't care. I welcome it.
It's hilarious because there'll be people, like, if we block people from our channel right now for negative comments, we probably wouldn't have nobody.
This is what I'm saying.
At this point, watching our videos, because what we do is we take the negative comments and we turn it into a conversation, because a lot of these people don't want to have a conversation. They just want to state their opinion of either you or whatever the topic is, and they don't really want to talk about it. Because if you go through our comments, any one of our videos where we have comments, we don't delete any comments. We respond to all the comments. We love getting the comments. But I'm telling you, man, like 80% of them bitches that come in negative, as soon as there's a response from us trying to start a conversation, it goes black. It goes absolutely dead. There's no response because people don't want to say anything. They don't really want to have a conversation. So you have to understand that too. And I feel like this experience of doing this podcast has allowed me to understand that aspect of it as well. A lot of people are just there just to hate. Like the other day, a guy commented, "This show stinks."
Yeah.
That was the whole comment. And the response from us, I'm going to say, it was from you, but I'm going to say from us because, you know, it is our thing, was simply, why does the show stink? Please let us know why it stinks. Maybe it's something that we can fix.
Also, thank you for your feedback.
Also, you wrote thank you for your feedback. Yeah. But there was a question of let us know why it stinks. Silence. Nothing after that. And to have so much emotion, to watch a video and leave a comment saying that the show stinks, to have such a strong opinion of a show, but to not be willing to let us know why you have that opinion. What does that tell you about the person? They're just there to hate, man.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you know, in my opinion, what trumps all of those reasons why I'm open to any type of conversation, even if it's slander, is again, what we do here, we're talking heads. We give our opinion. We have social media. We have an Instagram, we have a Twitter, we have a TikTok, and we have a YouTube page. All of those platforms have the ability for engagement. So if we get to say what we want, you get to say what you want. That's called being fair, right? So why would I have a problem with that? If I really had a problem with that, I'd be like, Dre, I cannot do this podcast anymore because the comments are getting to me. And that would be it. And that would be it.
I would probably just say, don't worry about it. I'll start responding to the comments. You don't got to worry about it.
I know, but that's why
I get what you're saying.
But I mean, just to kind of bring it to summation on my side, anyways, just to argue Cameron's point, it's true. It's his house. If you don't like it, don't show up here. Also, Cameron, he's not a talking head. He's also a business person. So for people who do use their social media platform to gain advertising dollars and things like that, if I'm an advertiser, I do want to see engagement, but I don't want to see people clowning on you. I want to see people loving what you're doing. So I know if I get you to advertise my product, they're going to be like, oh, Cam likes this or Dre likes this. They love them. They're going to, you understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want that on my page either. I don't know Cam's business. I'm just saying there's that side of it too. But as talking heads, public figures, people who comment on, well, I guess through and about social media and pretty much everything else wrapped up in between that. If we can give our opinion, you should be able to do the same thing too, right? So that's why I have the stance I have.
Let's keep it all the way a buck. Let's think about Cameron's demographic. Like, Cameron is not broadcasting to 17, 18-year-olds, young 20-year-olds. That's not his demographic. It's mid-30s and up is his class right now. So anybody who has time to be hating on Cameron right now, you need to get a fucking life.
That's true.
Because you are grown. You probably have children. You probably have a wife, a home, a job. Hopefully you have all of these things. Probably you don't, which is why you're leaving the comment. But you got to check yourself, man. Like, for real, grown people, there's an age for trolling. I believe there's an age limit for trolling, and once you pass a certain age, you got to stop. Not everybody's 50 Cent out here. Not everybody can make money off of what they do. You understand? So if you ain't making money off of it and you just hating, maybe you need to find another focus.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's a fact. That's a really good fact. That's 200,000 plus people.
Dog, what are we talking about right now? Like, these are grown ass people. When did Boy when did that song come out? The 1990s?
No. That was like early 2000s.
The 90s to the early 2000s. Cash what? Sorry, man. Every time somebody says that, I say that. So, but think about when that came out, man. We talking 20 years, bro. And people still finding time to hate on Cameron. Come on. Okay.
Look, man. How about this? Don't hate on Cam. Hate on us. Give us the engagement. Make fun of anything. I got some grays coming in to do something. Say something. Comment. Viewing public, what are your thoughts, man? Are you one of them haters? If so, why are you hating on Cameron? Also, what can we do to generate more hate? More engagement? Let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hold on, one more question.
Oh, okay.
People out there, are you a blocker? Or are you a non-blocker? Are you blocking people that hate on you? Or do you want them to see your life and hate on the lovely life that you're living?
I've actually never blocked. That's a good question. And I'll ask you, have you blocked anyone?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I've never blocked anyone.
But like, okay, listen. Sometimes bitches be fucking crazy. Sometimes these bitches out here be very, very crazy, and they be creating different pages and new pages to come in and watch your shit. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. That's a different story. Okay.
I've never blocked anyone. But that's a good question, though.
So much.
Viewing public, are you a blocker or you getting blocked? Have you ever been blocked?
Those are the two options. Hell yeah.
You've been blocked too?
What?
I've never been blocked.
That's a whole other story too. We can get into that too another time, man.
Oh my God!
Anybody who wants to hear these stories, these block stories, just leave it in the comment. We'll drop the story about me getting blocked and who I'm blocking out here, because they're great stories.
Who am I associated with? What is going on in your life?
You have to understand. You know what? I'm not gonna get into it.
Another time.
I'm not gonna get into it right here. We'll see.
Leave it in the comments, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Adeuces. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Yo, Chris, we got to 200 subscribers, man.
Finally.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to stop there. We have a new goal. The new goal is 500 subscribers. So what I need you to do, I need you to like these videos over here. I need you to subscribe right here, man. Two guys doing the podcast, man.